I'm really looking forward to it. My husband is stomping upstairs. Hello and welcome. So I both won and lost NaNoWriMo this year. How did I win and lose, you may ask? Well, so for the whole 50k thing, totally lost. Like, I doubt I can ever do that. I just don't have the time, the energy, the brain power. It's a fun, like, goal, but that's just not for me. I'm lucky if I can get 25k, which was my goal. And that's the part of NaNoWriMo that I won. I managed to get to my goal. I got, I think, over 26,000. I was working on Atticus, which is a very fun program. I strongly recommend. I have a video about Atticus that I'll leave linked. Yeah. So I also lost in that aspect because I still haven't finished the book. It's probably going to be closer to 30k words, and being at 26, I'm not quite done. I still have a few chapters left. I'm on my 1.5 draft, which if you don't know what my 1.5 draft is, I talked about it in a video that I have filmed but is not yet out, so that's great. So pretty much my 1.5 draft is my draft between my first and my second. In my first draft, I never quite finish writing my first draft. I always get to about halfway or 3/4, and then I restart. And I read through, I make some changes, I do all like the kind of minor edits, but still like story-based. And that's also when I finish the book. I also write the ending during then, and then I'll move on to like the second draft and I'll add all the meat to the bones because I'm an underwriter. But anyway, so I'm on the 1.5 draft. I just finished reading through, fixing up some things in the previous chapters, and now I still have to write the ending. So yeah, I technically was editing this month, but also rewriting. It's a bit confusing. I know it's confusing. I'm a confusing person. I confuse people when I explain this. So hopefully I explained it well. But yeah, so I'm predicting it's going to be like 30 to 35k words. And this is for Haunted Days. If anybody didn't know, it's for the first book. It's going to be a trilogy. It's middle grade. It's about a girl named Claire who can see ghosts. And yeah, she pretty much finds out that there's this haunted house called the Hamilton House, and it has a whole bunch of ghosts. And the whole mystery is to try and figure out why all these ghosts are being drawn to the house and who the caretaker of the house is, I guess. Like, pretty much who's the original ghost tied to that place. And I think it's a good story. Yeah, other people have their own opinions. Whenever I talk about it with Amber and Haley, they both seem to love the story idea, and they also love reading. Well, I don't think Amber's read it yet. Haley loves reading the story. My critique group also really enjoys it. They think it's very cute because it's middle grade, so of course it's cute. And yeah, so I'm hoping it can be released next year, both it and the graphic novel. If you don't know, this is also the story that is being released over on Webtoons. So you can actually technically read it there before you can read it all written, because I have the whole script written now. Like, I have the comic script written. Let me reiterate. I wrote the story, and then, like, I wrote it in simplified form, and then I sent it off to a script writer, and they, like a comic script writer, and they wrote it out in comic script for me, and then I sent it to my lovely artist, and she drew it out. So you can read the story there over on Webtoons. So far we have the first 3 uploads up right now, so you can go read those. But for the overall story, as a book, as a novel, it probably won't be coming out till next September to November-ish. I'm aiming for, hopefully. It's kind of a Halloween story, so I want to release it around Halloween. Anyway, so yeah, I both won and lost NaNoWriMo, and now that my tangent is over, I can loop around and be like, yeah, I won and lost put in the comments how you did. I want to know. See you in the next video. Bye! Be sure to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter if you want. I don't post there much, but by all means. I also have a webcomic over on Webtoons called Haunted Days, which I talked about in this video, so feel free to check me out there. I am also on Wattpad, where I upload fanfictions such as a Five Nights at Freddy's fanfiction, a Jurassic Park fanfiction, and a Daughter of Harley Quinn and Joker fanfiction.